Ladies and gentlemen, breaking news. Conservatives have managed to lower the amount of school shootings going on in this country.
What?
They've done it. Here we are complaining about gun control and how we need to close loopholes and make sure that background checks are occurring at places where they're not. And, guns shouldn't be able to be freely bought and purchased at the day you walk into the store and to take home and use. And how, maybe you don't need a gun that has a magazine that allows you to shoot 500 times before you need to reload. But we're just wasting time on that because conservatives have the answer.
I'm in all ears.
As you all know, there's been a statistic going around where a group called Everytown, what are they exactly? It is... Everytown is the group that... It's a former Mayor Michael Bloomberg umbrella group that advocates for gun control. Everytown for gun safety. And there's been a statistic that there's been 74 school shootings since the Newtown shooting. That was the end of 2012. So from the end of 2012 to today, there has been 74 school shootings. However, outlets like CNN are now reporting that there has instead just been 15 school shootings. I mean, that's still a lot, but how did conservatives do this? By complaining so much about the term school shooting to groups like CNN to the point where school shooting is now redefined. So, oh man, wow. So these 15 are actually the ones that were in that 70. So they actually didn't do shit. Those people are still dead. There's still that amount of school shootings going on.
Well, wait, but what are the specific ways that they're disputing a school shooting? I want to know this.
Let's get down to this because this all came from one man, Charles C. Johnson, a self-described journalist who called several of the shootings listed in Everytown's list of 74 as fake. Newsbusters, Hot Air, Gun Rights Radio, Independent Journal Review, which is like the conservative Upworthy, all joined in.
A great name.
To basically force news outlets like CNN, who...
Let's start a viral video.
Good job, CNN, standing firm on this one. They've convinced them to revise this number from 74 to 15. And why is that? What happened to these 59 shootings that just are no longer school shootings? I guess these people just rose from the dead and are no longer gone.
Jesus, finally, they brought out their A player.
So let's take a look at Charles C. Johnson's Twitter feed. By the way, he calls himself a debunker of Everytown, and he's trying to raise money off of this. So let's see what some of these tweets are, pointing out these fake shootings. Charles C. Johnson tweets, "Another fake school shooting listed by Everytown." He had a whole list of them on his Twitter feed. And what is this fake school shooting? Honor student shoots self in front of class. That's not a real school shooting!
Yeah, excuse me.
I'm picturing this guy, I'm picturing literally, the poor honor student commits this act and kills himself in front of his classmates. His body's on the floor, and fucking Charles C. Johnson ducks in, jumps in, points to the floor and goes, "Not a real school shooting! Fake! Fake! This is a fake!" Like, him just jumping in at all these occasions. Just pointing
or maybe more like, "Hey, look, I'm sorry not to be tasteless here, but I just need to be clear here.
This doesn't count.
This doesn't count. All right, back to grieving students.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you. Another fake school shooting listed by Everytown. A gunman ran onto a campus, was chased by police, and shot a student accidentally. Whoops! Not a school shooting! I mean, are you kidding me?
Guy was robbing a Denny's and running away. What's that got to do with the school? What's the matter with you?
You listen. You lost your child at the school, but not a school shooting. I'm sorry. Let's get to one more here. There's just so many.
We got to fit some specs here.
Another fake school shooting listed by Everytown. Northwest High School principal shot by her ex-husband on campus. Just amazing.
That is obviously not a school shooting.
Listen.
That's a lover's spat.
There was no student involved here, just teachers. We all know that they don't count.
Right.
I mean, listen, if the Newtown shooting just took out the principal and a few of the teachers, he would have got away with not a school shooting. I would like to see CNN start reporting those too. There's been a not school shooting at at Roosevelt High School. And, I mean, really? Like, are you kidding me?
Hey, would you like to get a hall pass from Mrs. Patterson? Well, not anymore. You can't. See, kids, not a school shooting.
Not a school shooting.
Your principal just got murdered by her ex-husband.
Hey, not school shooting is just broken out across the country, and amazing.
How demented are these people? Like,
and this guy's raising money off of this. Like, he's literally like, this is his project. Like, this is his new project. Yeah. Debunking the school shooting numbers. Are you kidding me?
How demented?
Something like 25 people died in those not school shootings, and something like close to 100 people were injured in those not school shootings. I guess they're not dead and not injured anymore.
Is he also including things like, well, I mean, that was a gang.
Oh, I'm sorry. I forgot to the specifics of what is not a school shooting are anything that involves a personal argument, accident, or alleged gang activity or drug deal. I mean, that's pretty much everything.
It's like, I love it.
I mean, literally the only thing it doesn't cover is if, like, someone who's just, like, a mentally ill person decides to do something, but it can't be an accident. If you're mentally ill and just want to shoot somewhere, and you just happen across a school as you're being chased by police, that's not a school. Like, if those Vegas shooters went to the CC's first, killed those 2 cops, and then were chased to a school instead of a Walmart, and then they started shooting people, that would not be a school shooting.
No, of course not.
That would not be a school shooting.
No, this guy is saying we need to get more rigorous about this stuff. I actually want this to start applying to every part of life. I want it to be like, well, I would be stealing this set of designer sunglasses if I had thought about doing it at 10 a.m. and then I had planned it at noon.
Yeah, it was an accident. It was an accident.
Yeah, but if I just did that now, then obviously that doesn't count.
I love how the personal dispute is taken out of it. I love how that's not a school shooting.
What do have to do with school shooting?
Do we though take out any school shooting? Like, is Columbine a school shooting now though? Because it said that those kids were bullied or whatever, so they took it out on the people who they viewed as jocks and the popular kids. So that could be technically a personal dispute, right?
We just had personal disputes with a lot of people.
Yes.
Not school shooting.
Yeah.
Not school shooting.
I mean, literally, the only school shooting that I could think of that doesn't fit in here is Newtown. Like, Newtown is the only school shooting.
But could you imagine that your definition
But wait a minute.
Success?
The personal dispute, though, was with his mom. Does that, even though she wasn't at the school, does that count? He went in there with a personal dispute and was taking it out his rage on these kids at the school he used to go to. There has never been a school shooting! Dude, we've solved the gun issue!
Consider your minds blown.
We can't bring your children back, but you know, rest easy at night knowing they died in a not school shooting.
Can you imagine that your metric of success? I mean, we just got it down to 0, but this guy isn't even real. He's not as good as this as we are. So he's only got it down to 15. And your metric of success is, no, you guys are full of shit. It's only 15 school shootings. It's not that big of a deal. Could you imagine? Like
15 is enough, too.
Do you want to be in that position in a debate where she's like, whoa, calm down, everybody.
I feel like
only been 15 legitimate slaughters in schools with serious weapons.
I wonder if, like, they were at 74, so I wonder if, like, somewhere some conservative once said, like, some gun rights conservative once said, listen, when we get to 75 school shootings, then we'll start looking at the Second Amendment and what we could really do about gun violence in this country. Let me know when we get to 75. That'll never happen. And then they get to 74, and it's like, shit, we need to start redefining what makes a school shooting.
All right, this is a predominantly minority school. Doesn't count. Okay, personal dispute. All right, somebody was on Prozac at some point. Doesn't count. All right, it was a full moon, and there was a...
It's amazing.
It was a week before Halloween. It was 3 weeks before Christmas. It was right before the Thanksgiving holiday. So really, when you round it out, now I mean,
those were holiday shootings.
Those were holiday shootings. At this point, we're down to 5.
We don't really. I mean, and listen, was school in session? Really? Was it after school?
And what is this recess bullshit? What if a kid comes in and starts opening fire during recess? Are you really at school during recess? Because as far as I'm concerned, you're outside having fun. It's more like a fun outdoors shooting, as far as I'm concerned.
Really? I mean...
And if you go to an athletic field,
let's really get down to it, too. What is school? I mean, all right.
I mean, when you think about it, dude, we could literally be living inside the fingernail of a giant man. And I guess what I'm trying to say is there's been no school shootings.
Listen, let me know when there's been a beanstalk. Then we'll